Hello, welcome to episode 9 of the Sassy Chef and the Good Foodie. I'm the Good Foodie.
And I'm the sassy chef.
Well, I can't believe we're on episode 9 already, Tammy.
I know, I was thinking it was 8.
Time's flying.
It is.
How's your week been so far?
It's been pretty relaxing and slow. I've sat up one time this week, so that was today. That's the only time I'm
Oh,
sitting
okay.
up today, this week.
Well, I did a school STEM night last night, and I'll be at the Cavern Sunday, and I've got a catering gig Sunday, but I'm not doing any roadside this week either. It's cold outside.
I'm not doing any more this week either. It's too cold.
It got cold today. Like the further the day went on, the colder it got.
Oh no, the wind broke my door. It slung it open. I forgot to tell Jeremy to look at it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've been dealing with repairs this week. So, I spent $3,000 on a prep fridge last week, unexpectedly. And then I'm getting some maintenance done on my trailer to make the cargo rack that I carry my generator on in the back a little more stable. And then they discovered my axles are bent. So now I got to buy new axles. So the hits keep coming. It's always something, isn't it?
And it all comes at one time.
Yeah. I think you think you're finally okay. I've got everything. I got all my equipment I need. Everything's good. No more, big purchases, no more expenses. And then boom. Yeah, boom. There's another one. So, yeah. But we've had some good events lately. So,
That's good.
yeah.
I know we were all slow for a minute.
It was.
Weather was crazy.
And coming up on the holidays, the events slow. January is looking dead right now. I have nothing on the books for January other than, just some little stuff.
Start pushing that catering, get some wedding catering.
I need to do that. I need to learn how to be better at that. Yeah. I'm going to learn from you.
I'll try. I love catering though. It's my favorite part. That's what I've always done. So it comes first. It really comes before my food truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my food truck, but those catering things are the best for me because they're always different. Every event's different. Every event's decorated different. It's different food.
Now, so when somebody says, or if you're like wanting to do some catering, do you have like a catering menu? I saw you post something on Facebook about that. You have like a menu, but then you'll do whatever they want to, really. So, but the menu is just kind of well, here's some ideas or guidelines.
Yeah, like I will give them those ideas, and then if there's nothing on there they want, then we'll build it to whatever, whatever you want, we'll make it happen. It's the way we tell them.
Right, which is what I do. So I've struggled with how to make a catering menu when it's like, well, what do you want?
No, just build your basic one of the things you want to offer, and then always tell them we always tell them if there's not anything on here that you want, just let us know. We'll make it happen. Mm-hmm. Because I will cook anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing I won't try.
Yeah.
Most of it I probably have done, but
would you cook chitlins?
No, I would not do that. No,
you said you'd cook anything.
No, no, that isn't not. I do not want those in my house. I do not want them in my food truck. I don't want to see them. I was ruined on those as a teenager going into someone's house, and that's all I could smell. And I was like, no, that's nothing I ever want to eat, try, cook, or anything. So no, no, I won't do that one. Okay, anything else after that? Maybe.
I know, it's like my mom when we got to eat. I'll say, what do you want to go eat, Mom? She says, oh, it doesn't matter. And I was like, really? Let's go get sushi. Oh, no, not sushi. I'm like, so it does matter. And my mom's learned. She doesn't say that around me because I'm a very adventurous eater.
Yeah.
And she's meat and potatoes, cooked the way that she's used to it being cooked. And with the salt and pepper, and so now she doesn't say that anymore. She doesn't say it doesn't matter. She says, I want to go to Cracker Barrel. That's what she says. What about Cracker Barrel or Steak and Shake?
No, there's not much I won't try.
Yeah.
And there's not much I won't try to cook. But that's just in me.
Yeah. Well, I tried a new dish today. I cooked pernil, that Puerto Rican pork I was talking about that I tried down in Florida. And
it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I think so. The flavor's good. I don't know if I'm too keen on that pork skin in it, but but that's supposed to be what makes the dish. So
everybody will like it.
Yeah.
Some people will probably be like, "Oh, what's this?" But
Yeah.
Just like with me with the whole spam wrap. They would not try
People will
that.
not touch spam.
No,
I did
but
a
it's so good
yes,
on those.
yes, I did a Hawaiian theme party, like a luau party at Twin Creeks, and I thought, ooh, musubi. I can't say it right now. Musubi, which is like spam on rice with a piece of seaweed wrapped around
Yeah.
it, nori around it, and as soon as they saw the word spam, they wouldn't touch it. Like not one person ordered it. We ate musubi for a week. I had more spam that week than I've had in my life, I
I
think.
know. It's great fried with rice
Yes,
and all
yes.
those sauces I was
It had a
making
little
for it.
teriyaki sauce. It was
Yeah.
like fried in teriyaki sauce on the little rice palette with the nori wrapped around it. It was really good. But, and they'd tell me, oh, you lost me with spam.
I
It's
don't get
like,
it. It's like
it's a
just try
Hawaiian party.
it.
Spam's like the main food.
I mean, and most of the time I can get them to try any route that we make, but it was just something about that spam. I maybe sold 3 of them,
Yeah.
and it was like, okay, I guess I'm taking that one off.
Yeah, no.
It's not going. But no, that's a catering too. It's like we'll offer whatever, and you know, I hate to say it, but like a lot of people around here are afraid to try new things and try different stuff.
They
So,
are. That's
so
why I haven't been doing as much roadside. I do so much better at events.
but you got to keep
I
doing that
know.
roadside to get people used to it.
I know.
Because like the more you're there, they're gonna be like, oh, let me try it. Let me
Yep.
try it. I gotta go try this, and they're gonna try it. They're gonna
I think after the
like it.
holidays are over, starting in January, I am going to do it weekly, consistently set up.
I know. I would like to set up at Tractor Supply or back at Farmers Market
I
more,
don't
but
know. I
like,
did so bad the last time I set up there.
but I just think more than one truck needs to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. Well, I know I was at Tractor Supply one day. There were 5 of us there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always better when there's more. So catering, back to catering, and you bid, you talk with a person, you find out what menu they want, then you do your bidding, your pricing, and all that. Let's say you win, you get the bid, then you got to figure all the quantities. Do you just kind of guesstimate on that? Like how many pounds of this do I make for this many people?
No, I try to like really like break it down and see how many pounds of cooked pulled pork would feed how many people, and like
Mm,
try to break it down and try to get as best I can. And like it depends on what kind of crowd you're gonna have, like how much they're gonna eat. Because 40 people at an office party, they're not probably gonna eat as much as 40 people for a Christmas party. And in fact,
right.
just people eat different. Like it's weird. It's sometimes it's really hard to figure out what the portions are going to be, but I try to break it down as much as I can because I try to figure it out before I give them a quote.
Mm-hmm.
So get it as close as I can to,
Do you pad it a little bit? Like if they say it's 40 people, do you do it for 45 or?
I always, if they say 40 people or if they say 30, I always cook for 10 extra people
Okay.
because, if they have somebody extra to show up, if I drop something or
Mhm.
whatever, then I always have enough.
What do you do if you have leftovers? What do you do with the leftovers?
We'll toss them if they don't want to keep them. And like, really,
Do you offer it up to them?
I don't really like to let them keep it
Mhm.
because I don't know how long they're going to let it sit out.
Right. So, and they
or
might
whatever. So
introduce some kind of bacteria to it and then they get sick and
yeah,
then it's
so
on you.
I try not to leave anything, but no,
Mhm.
like we'll get rid of it. Now, if it's somebody I know, then
Mhm.
I'm gonna let them.
But just in general, you
Yeah,
toss it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good rule.
I mean, it's just safer, and it's just like I don't want somebody to be like, oh well, this happened. Well, did you leave the food out for how long did you leave the food
Yeah,
out?
how long did it sit there on the counter all night before you put it in the fridge the next day?
Yeah, I mean, I just had to explain to somebody at a catering the other day, like,
Yeah.
no, she was like, well, will this be like okay for later? I'm like, no. I was like,
4 hours. I mean,
well,
that's the maximum time.
yeah, and they only had my warmer box, and they were wanting to leave it in there and feed it to the next people. I was like, you can't do that. You have to cool it down and put it in a cooler and keep it. You can't leave it out in that. That won't keep it to temp. That's why I told her more than 4 hours. I was like, so you have to toss it or cool it down. And she was like, okay.
Like, people don't understand what all goes into doing it all. Yeah.
Yeah, we do get that sometimes of like, well, that's a lot. That's a a big price, to pay for catering. I'm like, and I have to tell people sometimes, well, you have to consider, we go shopping, we spend hours
We
shopping
spent
to get what
it's a
what we
lot that goes
need.
into it before
Yeah.
we show up at their place with their
Then
food.
we cook it, we prep it,
The planning that goes in for it. I mean,
and
everything.
if they want decoration, like I have my little checklist of things that I do go
Mhm.
over with them when I'm doing
Okay.
their thing. Like, of course, the date, the time, where it's at. I always ask them if the venue has a kitchen
Mhm.
because that determines what kind of menu I'm going to offer them.
Mhm.
Because, for me, grilled chicken or fried chicken or something like that, if they don't have a kitchen. Now, I can do my griddle for
Mhm.
chicken and stuff like that, but it really depends. If I can do so much more if the venue has a kitchen.
Mhm.
So I do ask that, and I always ask their budget because that's going to determine too, like what menus I'm going to send them. Because prime rib is not going to fit in one budget
Right.
that a grilled chicken breast would fit into. So I always
Right.
ask their budget, and of course how many people and stuff like that. But I figure into my cost too. Like, do they want decoration?
Mhm.
Do they want me to decorate the buffet? Because then that's more time. That's stuff I either have to rent or buy
Mhm.
to decorate. Some people want it decorated, some people don't.
Okay.
This last event I did, I didn't offer it, but I just did it because it was a Veterans Day thing. So I added red, white, and like the tablecloths and stuff the way I decorated it and stuff because just to make it look nice. And they really appreciated it. And like,
Mhm.
I guess people that catered for them before didn't do that. So they were
Mhm.
just like at awe that it was like decorated. So, and I just did that just to
Well, you
be,
do those extra touches, and I think that's what people appreciate is the extra touches.
yeah. And that's
Rather
what she
than getting
said. She was
exactly
like,
what they asked for and nothing more, but you put that extra in.
yeah. And that she did. She appreciated it. She was like, I really don't think people did that before.
Mhm.
So hopefully I'll get that event again.
My specialty is international foods, and I catered a meal last spring, a Korean meal, and it was for 100 people, 90 people, I think. And but they wanted a lecture on each course, like with what the food was and all. And that was fun. I enjoyed that. Because I like history and I'm kind of I like the stories that go with food
Yeah.
anyway. And so we did all authentic Korean dishes, and my daughter went with me because she can speak some Korean, and she would introduce the food in its Korean words, and pronounce them and all. And then I would tell the story, or she and I together would tell the story of what the role that food played in their culture and why we were eating this food and what it represented tonight. And it was fun.
See, that would be really fun. I couldn't
Hmm.
do that because
Hmm. Yeah,
I
you
get nervous
can.
and talking in front of people. So it's like, no, unless I know you,
Yeah.
I don't do very well at talking.
Well, I was a teacher for 21 years, so I have no problem talking in front of people. I got over that fast.
Yeah, it's hard for me. I can't do it. Like I would love to do cooking classes, but I just can't get up in front of people and talk to adults. Now, with kids, I can do it all day long.
Well, let's do some together and I'll talk and you cook.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
We need to do that. Yeah, we need to do something
Or
like that.
chef hat
I
on
still
and
want to maybe after the holidays because now we're in the holiday season and everything's so busy and it's only what 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks left in the year. Like that's crazy, But maybe I'd like to do some food prep classes um, in the winter. Almost maybe I'll start working on that. See if there's any interest out there. Float it out on my Facebook page and
yeah.
um,
I mean, I'm gonna
do
start
some
doing my
food
little
prep.
videos of my food and my recipes. But like
Oh, I saw that. You said you had backdrops and stuff. I didn't know you were doing all
well, I
that.
used to buy all these backdrops and do like little stuff all the time, and then I got out of it because I would not put my face on there. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do it with just my hands and the ingredients. And Trim was like,
Are
"Well,
you
I'm going
doing
to
it from
work
the top
from the
down?
top," but
Yeah.
I ordered the wrong piece, so now I'm
Oh.
trying to figure out if buy a new one or
Well,
go from there.
that's fun.
Yeah,
That's
but that's still my
exciting.
voice.
That's all right. You got a nice
Maybe I'll
voice.
just like
Your voice is on
do it.
here. You're doing great.
I don't know about great.
Yeah.
But like, so
There's
when you
12 people that think it's great.
we hope they may be listening just for you. So when you do catering, do you ask them like if they want buffet or hors d'oeuvres or
Hmm.
plated. Plated is my
Yeah.
least favorite to
Yeah.
do because then I have to go into renting the plates and
That
stuff.
big one I did was plated, but we did it at somewhere that had the plates and all, so I didn't have to provide them. Yeah,
They're fun because you get to make them fancy and pretty. That's what I like
yeah.
too. But it's just like it's one more thing to. That's the last one I recommend always.
I like the, I guess, buffet, but I want to be back there, kind of running the buffet. I'm not. I don't want to just walk off and leave it. I'm not necessarily serving everybody, but maybe I just serve the meat. And because I want to have contact with the people, and I don't want to just be faceless, sit it out there and not be there unless they don't want me to be there.
Yeah, that's what I always give them the option. Like
Yeah.
I do charge more for a server to be there. So like
Mhm.
if they want it to serve themselves,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
we drop it off, we leave it, or we stay and let them
Mhm.
serve themselves. But then we'll stay and clean up. But
Yeah.
if they want a server, which I do always recommend a server because their portions are going to last a lot longer if somebody's there
Yeah.
controlling the portions.
Well, like the one I'm catering a Thanksgiving dinner this Sunday. And I'm also got the food truck up the cavern Sunday. And the times overlap. So I'm just dropping this food off. I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna have it all cooked, prepared, ready to go, and I'm gonna set it all up, and I'm gonna leave it with them. And I'm just gonna go back Monday and get my things. And me as people I know, so I
So
can do that. But they're gonna have to serve themselves because I got to get up the caverns.
what if you just do the? Oh, well, you're going to do drinks and everything though, huh?
Tea, just teas and coffee, water.
I was just trying to think if you use the disposable Schaefer's.
Hmm.
So then you wouldn't have to go back to pick anything up, but you would still have to pick up your
Well, I'm
tea and
gonna let
stuff.
them deal with the food at the end. And I really did a low bid on this because they're friends of mine, and I know I'm not going to be their servant, and they're going to end up doing the cleanup. I'm not even going to do. They're going to have to do that, and so I'm going to let them take care of all that.
So how are you figuring out your food cost and your process for it?
I researched how much I just figured all that out when they asked me what it would cost to do, how much I'd charge them to do it. I just went up and looked up all the food and figured out how much it cost, and I added. I didn't do the times three for them because they're friends, but I just added a little bit to it, and
I do the times three sometimes,
I do. I think I do normally.
but
Yeah.
I also have in my mind how much I want
Mhm.
to make per hour.
Mhm.
So if that times three doesn't get me there, then I adjust because I'm
Mhm.
taking, if it's a big catering thing, you're looking at 10 hours that
Mhm.
you have into it of shopping, prepping, cooking,
Mhm.
delivering, setting up, breaking down. So
Yeah.
I make sure I get my what I feel like I'm worth
Mhm.
like to do it. But then there's some that are like smaller.
Mhm.
I don't go the times three always. What? No, I said that backwards. Because if it's smaller, you kind of have to charge a little bit
You
more.
have to make any kind of money,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So on the smaller ones, it has to go up a
But
little
on the
bit.
bigger ones,
You have your room to move down, like go
yeah,
down a little bit. But
yeah.
I always try to at least make sure I'm either doing the times three or I'm at a point to where I'm making what I need to make an hour.
Mhm.
So
Well, and if the times three, it doesn't quite get you there, that's when I start adding delivery fee, or serving fee or
we add a
something.
delivery fee if it's outside of Friend County.
Okay.
But like if it's within,
Mm-hmm.
close to us in Friend County or whatever, we don't
Mm-hmm.
really charge for delivery fee, except for one place. That's because it's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But what else? I always get their email, their diet restrictions,
Mm-hmm.
because to make sure they're not allergic to anything. Because I hate to get there and be
Right. You don't want to find out after you get there, somebody's allergic to cinnamon and you just made apple pie. That's the only dessert you got. Yeah. How far ahead of time do you get there? Like if you got a meal, the event starts at 4. Like,
I try to get there about an hour,
okay.
so I have time to set up
Mm-hmm.
the way they want it, or if they have
Because you don't want to get there
decorations.
too far ahead of time because your food will get cold,
Right. And then we're actually thinking about buying one of the electric more boxes
Mhm.
that we can just keep in the trailer and keep it,
Mhm.
while we're setting up and stuff. It can still stay 1 week. I don't know yet. I think
Well,
that
that thing, I think I talked about it last time. That Sterno was giving away free samples at the show, and one of them was those little packets you put in water and it heats, and that's made to keep your steamers warm while you're transporting.
we need to try those.
Yeah,
You got a
they
free one?
they
Did you
haven't
try?
come in the mail yet. They should have
Oh,
been in the mail
I
by
was gonna
now.
say you could try it this weekend and see.
I know. I need to check on that.
I always do ask them if they want to the server, if they want to drop
Hmm.
it off or whatever. I try to cover all this. Have this little checklist. I hope that helps you.
Hmm. Yeah. No, thank you for that.
No, I added. This is not mine. I need to find
Hmm.
mine and send mine to you because mine has so much more stuff on it. Like I
Hmm.
try to make sure I'm covered, but mine wouldn't print. I can't print anything from my phone. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to be doing more. And it's just you have to just count on kind of word of mouth to get out there. You know.
I'm really bad about that. I need to start marketing myself. I used to all the time because like
Hmm.
I really catered and I backed off a little bit and like, I mean that's what I love to do the most. I
Hmm.
mean, if it came down to picking my food truck or catering, I would absolutely pick catering because I just love how different it is all the time.
Hmm.
And my food truck limits me, and I hate that because I just have this always going on in my head of like different stuff to do and decorating and making things pretty and presentation on the plate.
Now, why do you say your food truck limits you?
Because well, me, I don't have the oven. I don't have the
Get you an oven.
yeah. Well, we got to get the suppression thing. We're slowly
Yeah,
getting there.
I know, and that's like the my fire suppression system was like $3,000.
Yeah. Now that I know that I can put a tent up outside and cook
Yeah,
outside, I can do more now. But
yeah.
like, still, if I'm going to keep to my theme of wraps,
Mhm.
everything wraps. I
Mhm.
mean, eventually I have to start making egg rolls. So I need a fryer, because
Yeah.
if I'm going to do wraps.
And that's how it would, yeah, I know. I want to do falafel, so I had to get a fryer. Yeah. And now do hot chicken fries because I have a fryer. Now I can do this because I
And
was never going to do French fries or chicken fingers on my truck.
I
They were
know.
never going to touch it. And now it's one of my top selling dishes. But if I go with this flavors, theme, the hot chicken fries works because that's a Nashville flavor. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
it is like I don't know. I don't want a fryer.
I reworded my bio on Facebook.
What'd you do?
Um, I made it like every food has a story. Every person has a story. It's our mission to bring those stories together and build community, something like that.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it.
It was so much better. I think I said, we're not just a food truck.
Well, we're not. We're really
Yeah. I
not.
tried to make it better, like, oh, I'm a food truck in Middle Tennessee and I serve healthy food. I'm tried to make it a little more drama, a little more dramatic.
We are so much more than a food truck, though. I mean, we
Yeah.
both love catering. We both love all this different food, and that's like when I think back when I first started the food truck, and I put on my one of our customers found it somewhere, and they were like, "Can we put this somewhere?" And I was like, "What? What is it?" She was like, "You put on there about how y'all try these different foods from around the world and make it into a wrap."
Hmm.
And I'm like, "We do, but like that's just too much
Well,
to
see,
say."
I'm trying to figure out how to add that to my truck. So here's my intro. I'm gonna so I can get it right. It says, "Every food has a story. Every person has a story. Our mission is to bring those stories together. We are more than just a food truck. We have a passion for foods from different cultures and strive to create new and interesting foods for our community."
I like it.
And then I'm thinking maybe around the top of the food truck. So my food truck's called the Good Food Spot. Get good food printed in different languages.
I like
What do you think? And just kind of put it around the rim, around the top. I don't know. All right,
There's like
buen comida.
good food in different languages.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think that would be cool.
yeah, just good food. Like
Yes.
in even the little squiggly languages.
So you're getting there. So now we got to figure out mine because like
Yeah,
mine just says
but
our
let's
favorite
just
meals from around the world into a wrap.
well,
Like,
yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
it's about that branding. We got to get
So
it.
yeah, I'm rebranding. I'm rebranding. Healthy food on the go from the little red truck was my kind of my thing, and now I'm more foods of the world. Still whole clean foods, as much
Yeah.
as possible. Still healthier foods. I mean, chicken fingers aren't that healthy, but there's always exceptions. But healthier. And again, even last weekend, I still always have people come up how grateful they are that they have those options there.
I know.
And so I think even branding myself more as world foods and all rather than healthy food, people still recognize that it is whole clean food. And I try to do organic, especially on the Dirty Dozen, and try to make sure my foods are helping and not hurting.
Yeah. We do get that a lot about how much they appreciate just us having fresh vegetables and
Mm-hmm.
food and stuff like that. It's like it's yeah, it's just crazy because like we started out like I want to do our favorite foods from around the world and put it into a route, but then it's just like more and more I go, I'm like I want to be healthy, like because so many people, more people ask for it than what I really expected people
Mm-hmm.
to like to want that,
Yeah.
and it's just it's a good thing to see because people are wanting to eat healthier, and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I had no plans on saying, oh yeah, you can get it in a bowl
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want the carbs or the wrap or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, well, we can do it in a salad, but
Well, and things just kind of morph. It kind of sets its own direction. I feel like mine's just setting its own direction, and I'm trying to keep up because I started out just to offer healthy, for gluten free options, low carb options, keto, paleo, healthier options, and that's what I was doing, the cauliflower rice and all that, and it's by doing that I was offering international flavors. I love to travel. And so I've been to Asia a few times. So I did an Asian bowl because that's one of my favorite foods. And I've got some friends from the Middle East, and she's taught me how to make some really good Middle Eastern dishes. So now I've got my falafel bowl, and sometimes I'll do a shawarma bowl, and um, uh, butter chicken. I haven't been to India, but I love butter chicken, and
that's my favorite cuisine to make.
yes,
Really,
and,
that
and
and Asian.
yeah, and so mine's kind of morphed, and just because my food interests are more eclectic and international, that's where my food truck, the direction it's gone,
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of followed my interests because I'm making what I love to make. And but a lot of my foods have a story. Like I do boba tea. I introduced this whole area to boba tea. Nobody had ever had one before because I've been to Taiwan a couple times, and that's where I discovered boba tea, and it is from Taiwan.
And I don't really see anybody else doing it.
Uh-uh.
And that's
Uh-uh. No,
good.
it hadn't picked up, thank goodness, and it's still people are still buying it. But it has a story. The story it goes above it here are my trips to Taiwan when I went and worked with schools in Taiwan and would share the story of Christmas or the story of Easter with the kids there, and like would help them with English by teaching them the Christmas story. And that's where I discovered boba tea. And then my daughter lived in Japan for a year, and we went and we visited, and I got to eat bibimbap, which is one of my favorite dishes over almost in Korea. I wasn't in Korea, but I was really close. And I just, we got engaged at a Korean restaurant in Huntsville. And so that's that story.
Yeah.
And so my stories of me personally intertwine with the stories of the food on my food truck. And that's why I kind of redid my intro there was, I wanted to be about stories. And I always ask people, like, especially when we're at the caverns or music festivals or somewhere, hey, where are you from? And try to pull their story out of them.
Yeah.
And I had one guy last weekend come down. He's like, I drove all the way from Toronto to get this bulgogi bowl again. I was like, you really drove all the way from Toronto to go to the concert, didn't you? It's like, well, I was thinking about that bulgogi bowl the whole drive down here. I was like, well, yay.
Good,
yeah.
It makes you feel good when they like.
But then you get to know them, and you
Yeah.
sit and talk to them, and everybody's got a story, and it gives them a chance to tell their story if they want to, and you to learn stories from other people and share my story, and food's what's connecting us.
Yeah.
And so I don't know.
Food just brings people together.
It does. It does.
Talking about drinks and bobas, I need to figure out a signature drink to go with my whole truck. Just something like I don't know. The Italian sodas, cream sodas, they didn't.
Mm-mm.
I thought that would be big, but they weren't. And I don't know. I just want to do like a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do like mini drinks or
right.
whatever. Like I'll have my cooler drinks,
right.
but I want this signature drinks. Like
right.
I have my signature.
Like
desserts.
I have the boba tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I always think about. I tell Jeremy, we have our signature desserts. We need like
Something they can come to you for.
This is the
Yeah.
drink, that they
Yeah.
have, and it's hard.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna bring back my
maybe
Dalgona
some kind of chai
coffee.
tea or
I'm gonna
something.
bring the Dalgona coffee back.
Those are
Did you
good.
try that? Did you get my
Yeah,
Dalgona?
I made them.
Okay.
You made them on the truck when I was there.
Oh,
and
okay,
then,
I can't remember.
and then
And they're easy to make.
and I've made them a couple times at home.
Okay.
But then I send you the link of the one I tried with the honey.
Yes,
The
yes.
honey and coffee or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
That was it worked the same, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like it.
And I can make them with the stevia,
I think sugar
or
goes back.
I can do it with stevia and coconut milk.
And you can make some of that foam that will last for a little bit.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be able to
I
make it
made
to
some in a
order.
cup. It lasted a little while, and you can always kind of refoam it a little
Mhm.
bit, but fun.
Yeah, I just need to do something. I need to always keep changing. I don't know. I need a drink for sure.
Do like different kinds of teas, like herbal teas and stuff. Like,
we do a peach tea for catering,
Mhm.
but like
I mean, like do
I
it
don't
on
know
the
if that is
truck.
different
Yeah.
enough.
I don't know. Oh, we'll have to think about that.
Yeah, something different. I don't know.
Yeah, lemonade's not different.
Yeah, and we just did a lemonade in a bottle. I mean, I did cut out
Mm.
sodas. I don't serve sodas on the truck anymore.
Yeah, I do the poppy soda. I've been doing the poppy sodas. They got prebiotics in them and a little more healthy sodas, and people have really gotten excited about them. I tell you what, people got so excited last weekend because I had Fiji water.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like really excited. It's like, okay.
I mean, I just started doing bottled water with sugar-free lemonades, which they're really good.
Mm,
But a lot of people don't like the whatever
artificial
sweeteners in it.
sweetener. Yeah.
And then I do Gatorade, which is a lot of sugar, but I mean, especially the caverns, they love the Gatorades.
Yeah.
We sell so many Gatorades.
Yeah.
We probably sell more Gatorades than we do water sometimes.
Yeah, I thought the monsters would sell there, and they don't at all.
Monsters didn't sell, or did we do Monsters? I think we did Monsters.
No, the Celsius sold. The natural energy drinks, the Alani's and the Celsius, they sold. I hadn't touched the monsters.
No,
what I'm gonna do with them.
canned coffees,
Mm-hmm.
they
Really?
sold. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we have canned coffees, we sell more of those over our hot coffee.
Huh, interesting.
Now that's down at the
Campground.
I don't know how that would be. I mean, sure,
I
it
don't
would
know.
be different. I don't know.
Oh, probably.
What else is there? Did we cover?
What else?
I think we covered everything. Do we have any more questions on catering? We
Oh,
covered
I
the
got lots of
budget.
questions on catering. I just don't know them right now.
We can do that again next week.
Yeah.
We keep doing catering because I mean, we covered a lot today on catering.
So, what you got coming up this weekend or next week? Ain't much. I know it's holidays next week. I cannot believe Thanksgiving is a week from tomorrow.
I know. I have some baking to do for people for Thanksgiving. A few cakes, and then I'm gonna set up one time next week, and that's it. The day before Thanksgiving.
Wednesday. Okay.
Yep.
I am catering a Thanksgiving dinner Sunday, and I'm going to the cavern Sunday. And then I'm not doing anything next week. We're leaving Friday to go on a trip next Friday after Thanksgiving. And we'll be gone a full week. And then I've got a big catering gig as soon as we get back, like that Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and make like my desserts because I'm going to do cheesecakes for dessert for that meal. It's a Christmas dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and make the cheesecakes, just the plain cheesecakes, and put them in the freezer because they freeze well and they'll still be good. And then I'll have to put the toppings on them when I get back. So at least I'll have that out of the way because cheesecakes take a long time to make.
Yeah.
So at least when I get back, we get back late Friday night and I've got a catering thing on Monday. And there's going to be jet lag involved because we went a long ways.
Let me know if you need help.
Yeah.
I have catering. I have the baking stuff for Thanksgiving, and then I have catering for December for Christmas parties, and that's pretty much done for the year.
I've got the one catering in December, and then I'm doing STEM night for Rock Creek in December, and that's all I've got. So I don't know if I'm going to try to do any roadsides in December or just wait till January. I don't know. So it's going to depend on what the weather is.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't do any school. I've only did one school this month. But, I mean, it's...
Well, there's only 2 weeks of school or 3 weeks of school after Thanksgiving. Yeah. Or 2.5 weeks, something like that.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll even be at a school maybe I'll probably fit one in,
Mhm.
maybe for December. But other than that,
Well, you know what? Downtime is not a bad thing always. I mean, I know we don't like downtime because that means no money, but it's also good to get some rest,
I don't know if
slow down a little bit.
I don't know how to slow down.
I'm learning how. I'm learning.
I will one day.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been another fun night.
I'll see you next week.
All righty. Bye.